Hey everyone! Oh my goodness, what an incredible day to be here with all of you amazing learners.
Sarah, you sound so excited. But honestly, I'm just as thrilled to be here. Hi, everyone. I'm Mark.
And I'm Sarah. Mark, can you believe we're already at episode 7?
Wait, are we really? Time flies when you're having fun teaching English.
It absolutely does. And speaking of time, that's exactly what we're exploring today.
Oh, you're setting up the topic beautifully. We're talking about the past, aren't we?
Exactly. The past tense. How to talk about things that already happened. Things we did yesterday, last week, or even 10 years ago.
This is such an essential topic. I mean, how else can you share your stories, right?
Precisely. But hey, before we dive in, if you're new to our channel, welcome. We're so happy you're here.
And if you enjoy what we're doing, please hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with your friends who are learning English. It genuinely helps us reach more people.
Your support means everything to us. All right, Mark, are you ready to travel through time?
I don't have a time machine, but I've got English grammar, so let's do this.
Okay, so let's start simple. Right now, at this exact moment, I am sitting here with you.
And I am talking to our wonderful audience.
Perfect. That's present tense. But what about an hour ago?
Ah, that's different. An hour ago, I was having lunch.
See that? Am changed to was. That's your first clue about the past.
So I am hungry becomes I was hungry. Simple change, huge difference.
Exactly. And it's not just am. What about are?
Oh, are becomes were, so you are here becomes you were here.
Yes. Mark, where were you last Saturday?
Last Saturday, I was at my cousin's wedding. It was absolutely beautiful.
A wedding? That sounds wonderful. Was it outdoors?
Yes, it was. The weather was perfect, the decorations were stunning, and the food was incredible.
I love how you're naturally using was and were there. The weather was perfect, singular. The decorations were stunning, plural.
Oh, you're right. I didn't even think about it. It just felt natural.
That's the goal. When it feels natural, you know you're getting it.
So, Sarah, what about you? Where were you last weekend?
I was at the library. I spent the whole afternoon there. It was so peaceful and quiet.
The library? Were there many people?
Not really. There were only a few students studying. Most people were probably enjoying the sunshine outside.
And there you were, buried in books.
Hey, I love bugs. But yes, I was definitely the indoor type that day.
All right, so we've got was and were down, but what about action verbs?
Oh, great question. For most verbs, we have this beautiful simple rule.
I'm listening. What's the rule?
Just add ed to the end. That's it.
Wait, seriously? That's all?
For regular verbs, yes. Watch this. Walk becomes walked.
Oh, so I walked to school becomes I walked to school.
Perfect example. Let me try another one. Talk becomes talked.
She talks to her friend becomes she talked to her friend.
You're getting this so quickly. How about watch?
Watched. So yesterday I watched a documentary about space. It was fascinating, by the way.
Space documentaries are amazing. And yes, watched is absolutely correct.
Let me tell you what I did yesterday. I woke up at 7. Wait, is woke regular?
We'll get to that tricky one later. Keep going with your story.
Okay, so I woke up, then I brushed my teeth, I prepared breakfast, and I checked my messages.
Beautiful. Brushed, prepared, checked, all regular verbs with ed.
Then I worked from home for a few hours. Around noon, I called my mom. We chatted for 30 minutes.
Worked, called, chatted. You're on fire.
Thanks. In the evening, I cooked pasta and I watched that documentary I mentioned.
Cooked and watched. Mark, you just told a complete story using past tense.
Wow, I actually did. It wasn't as scary as I thought.
That's because once you know the pattern, it becomes automatic. Your brain just does it.
So most verbs just need ed. That's actually pretty convenient.
It really is. English gave us a gift with this one.
But I'm sensing there's a catch. There's always a catch, isn't there?
You know me too well. Yes, there is a twist.
Yeah, I knew it. What's the twist?
Some verbs are irregular. They don't follow the ED rule.
Oh, of course they don't. Why would English make things too easy?
I know. But here's the thing. These irregular verbs are actually used all the time, so you'll learn them quickly.
All right, hit me with an example.
Let's start with go. What do you think the past is?
Well, if it's irregular, not goed, maybe went?
Yes, exactly. How did you know?
Lucky guess. So I go to work becomes I went to work.
Perfect. Last summer, I went to Portugal. It was amazing.
You went to Portugal? I'm so jealous. What did you do there?
I explored old towns. I ate incredible food. Oh, wait, ate is another irregular one.
Ate, so not eated.
Nope. Eat becomes ate. I ate fresh seafood every single day.
That sounds delicious. I ate sushi last week and it was fantastic too.
See, you're already using it correctly. What about drink?
Drink?
Yes, you're so good at guessing these.
So I drink coffee becomes I drank coffee. In Portugal, did you drink port wine?
I did. I drank probably too much of it, honestly. It was so good.
These irregular verbs are interesting. They're completely different words sometimes.
They are. Let me give you another big one. See.
The past is saw?
Exactly. I saw a beautiful sunset last night.
At the wedding I mentioned, I saw so many happy faces. Everyone was celebrating.
That's so sweet. What about have? This one's super common.
Have becomes had.
Yes, I have a car becomes I had a car when I lived in Texas.
Yesterday, I had a headache in the morning, but it went away after coffee.
Coffee fixes everything. Notice how you mixed had and went naturally there.
I did. I'm getting the hang of this.
Let me share a story, and I'll use lots of irregular verbs. Stop me if you catch them.
Ooh, a challenge. I'm ready.
Last month, I took a road trip with my sister. We left early in the morning.
Took and left, I caught those. Take becomes took, leave becomes left.
Impressed. Good ear. We drove for about 4 hours. The scenery was breathtaking.
Drove from drive to drove.
Yes, when we finally arrived, we felt exhausted but excited. We found a cute little hotel.
Felt from feel and found from find. Am I right?
Absolutely, you're on fire. The hotel owner told us about a hidden beach nearby.
Told from tell.
Exactly. So we went there immediately. The water was crystal clear. We swam for hours.
Went and swam. Wait, swam is from swim, right?
Yes, you got every single one. That evening, we made friends with some locals.
Made from make.
They taught us some phrases in their language. We sang songs together around a fire.
Taught from teach and sang from sing. This is actually fun.
It is. When we finally came home, I felt like a different person. That trip gave me so much joy.
Came from come, felt again, and gave from give. Sarah, your story was beautiful.
Thank you. And you caught every irregular verb. I'm so proud.
You know what I'm realizing? These irregular verbs are all over the place.
They really are. But that's actually good news.
How is that good news? They seem harder to learn.
Because you'll see them constantly in conversations, in movies, in books. The more you use them, the more automatic they become.
That's true. I didn't even think about it when I told you about the wedding earlier.
Exactly. Let me give you a few more common ones. Write becomes wrote.
I wrote an email to my professor yesterday.
Perfect. Read is a tricky one because it looks the same but sounds different.
What do you mean?
READ is present. READ is past too, but we pronounce it like read.
Oh, so I read books right now, but I read a novel last week pronounced read.
Exactly. It's the same spelling, different pronunciation.
English is wild sometimes.
It definitely keeps us on our toes. Here's another. Buy becomes bought.
I bought new shoes last weekend. They were expensive but worth it.
Nice use of were in there too. What about bring?
Brought?
Yes, she brought cookies to the party.
These are starting to stick in my brain.
That's the magic of practice. Let me give you a rapid fire challenge.
Oh no, I'm nervous.
Don't be. What's the past of know?
Knew.
Think,
Thought.
sleep,
Slept.
meet.
Met.
Mark, you're amazing. You got all of them.
I did? Wow, I actually did.
Now, let's put everything together, regular verbs, irregular verbs, and was and were into one complete story.
All right, let me try. This is what happened to me last Thursday.
I'm listening.
I woke up really late because my alarm didn't ring. I was panicking. I jumped out of bed, I brushed my teeth in record time, and I ran to the bus stop.
Good mix already. Keep going.
The bus was already there, but luckily the driver saw me running and he waited. I was so grateful. At work, my boss told me about a new project. I felt nervous at first, but then I realized it was actually exciting.
You're doing great. What happened next?
During lunch, I met my colleague Anna at a cafe. We talked about the project and she gave me some brilliant ideas. After work, I went to the gym. I worked out for an hour and I felt so much better. Exercise always helps my mood.
It really does.
When I got home, I cooked dinner, I watched some TV, and I called my sister. She told me about her new job. We talked until midnight.
Impressive. Mark, that was a perfect story. You used woke, was, didn't ring, jumped, brushed, ran, was, saw, waited, was, told, felt, realized, was, met, talked, gave, went, worked out, felt, got, cooked, watched, called, told, and talked again.
Wow, did I really use that many?
You did, and they all flowed naturally. You told an engaging story without even thinking about grammar rules.
That's the goal, right? To speak naturally?
Absolutely. Grammar is just a tool to help you express yourself. Once you understand it, you stop thinking about the rules and just speak.
Sarah, I have a question. What if someone makes mistakes?
Mistakes are completely normal. They're actually proof that you're learning.
Really?
Of course. I'll tell you a secret. When I was learning French, I once tried to say I took the metro, but I mixed up the verb. I accidentally said something ridiculous.
What did you say?
I basically said the metro took me instead. Everyone laughed, but you know what? They corrected me kindly, and I never forgot the right way after that.
That's actually reassuring. So making mistakes is part of the process.
It's not just part of the process, it's essential. Every mistake teaches you something. The important thing is to keep trying, keep speaking, keep practicing.
I love that perspective. It takes the pressure off.
Exactly. Language learning should be fun, not stressful.
All right, let's do a quick review for our viewers. What are the main points?
Great idea. First, am and is become was. Are becomes were.
Second, most verbs just add ed. Walked, talked, played, worked.
Third, irregular verbs change completely. Go becomes went, eat becomes ate, see becomes saw.
And these irregular verbs are super common, so you'll learn them through practice.
The key is to use them in context, tell stories, share experiences.
Don't be afraid of mistakes.
Yes, mistakes are your friends.
You know what? I feel like our viewers are ready to use the past tense now.
I think so too. We've covered so much today.
From was and were to regular verbs to all those tricky irregular ones.
And the best part, they can start practicing immediately.
Speaking of which, we have something to ask our amazing viewers.
Yes, we want to hear from you. Go to the comments right now and tell us, what did you do last weekend?
It can be simple. I watched a movie or I visited my family.
Or it can be detailed. Tell us a whole story. We'll read every single comment and we'll celebrate your progress with you.
Seriously, we love reading your comments. It makes our day.
And don't forget, if this helped you, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share it with anyone who's learning English.
Your support helps us create more content like this.
Thank you so much for being here today with us. You're all incredible.
Keep practicing, keep learning, and remember, you've got this.
Until next time, happy learning, everyone.
Bye. See you in the next episode.
Take care, wonderful learners.